Oh yeah.
Cool.
I'm on.
The heck? Sorry, I thought I heard CL say "Welcome to Minecraft" for a second. I was like, "What?"
Welcome to Minecraft.
I was confused.
CL's
I have never been so confused in my life. What the hell?
I want to do a crossover episode where we get everybody from both campaigns in.
Oh,
That would be cool. But
how would that work?
hard.
Scheduling nightmare. Yeah.
But it'd be hard for
Alex and I
me and Alex.
take turns DMing.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like you and Alex taking turns DMing.
I guess, yeah.
Depending on who is doing what, I guess.
Yeah.
Unofficial,
for-
unofficial episode.
It would be really fun.
It will be.
Again, scheduling nightmare, but
God.
because that would be
I think the biggest one that would have the hardest time would be V.
it would be like what 8 or 9 people total.
Probably, yeah.
Oh my. Well, I guess
How many-
depending on,
Sorry.
I was gonna say depending on what group of people is doing what, it depends on the DM, I guess.
Yeah. Or
How many
we could do something like Alex could run combat. Like we could
And you run RP.
Yeah, something like that.
Both of
So we did
them
that
against
Trick
each
to that
other.
once. It's a competition. I DM for you guys, he DMs for the other party. Jamie and I have to play both sides depending on the character.
Yeah.
That's fun. Just conveniently make someone disappear for a bit and then come back.
I want to
You
have
know, like in those
cool-
cartoons, in those episodes where someone's pretending to be someone else.
Yep.
Hmm.
They just are never in the same room together. I don't know.
I could go back
they
from
could.
Evolve to Echo. Don't test me now.
I believe in you.
Oh, see now Sparksy's gonna commit to the bit. She's gonna do it. I expect 10-10 performance.
How many people is too many people in D&D, you guys?
I was told there is never a wrong answer for that.
Wow.
I've literally walked into one campaign where there were 12 players and the DM had to keep track of everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it gets hard when there's more people, but I mean,
think what
Alex,
they
you
did
had
is
6?
Oh, sorry.
Or did it cap out at 7 for the other party at one point?
What?
Your game had like the peak amount of players. Was it 6 people?
Yeah, it was 6.
That was a lot. Like it worked fine, but I feel like 6 or 7 is getting to be a lot.
I've seen people do 9.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly possible. I imagine combat would take fucking forever, but
If I remember correctly, the way that other campaign that had the 12 people, like they said, no one was ever they were never all there. The one time I was there, they were all there. But when it's like that, they have like mass big battles where they break it down like as if it's Fire Emblem. So
I'm so annoyed with this rain right now, dude.
can't get Roll20 to load.
I can imagine, like, on it, and, like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but I feel like, just based on, I feel like maybe, like, big player games would work better IRL instead of over Discord. Like, not gonna
can
lie,
see
I
that,
have
yeah.
kind of struggled with, like, paying attention sometimes, because, like, while I do have a vivid imagination, like, I'm not like seeing your guys' faces and like facial expressions and like little models of the characters and stuff. The map helps a lot, but like
the
I
map
can-
totally does help.
Yeah. But like I can imagine like IRL like with more of like a traditional setup with like a bunch of people, it being like also like because I can't see your guys' mouths, I feel like I'm like constantly like I can't see your facial expressions and stuff, so I'm constantly like feel like I'm mishearing things or like talking over people, you know?
Definitely, yeah.
It sucks because
Problem-
there's more of a lag to Discord as
Yeah.
well.
My problem is I have a hard time like I will listen and then I'm usually a very reactive person. So like if someone talks before me, I will stop because I'm like they probably were first. So I have to wait. But I wish you guys could see my face sometimes when certain things happen. I just make I have a very reactive face.
Well,
I know sometimes Sparcy can hear it through the microphone because she knows me that long.
oh my
for that
god, I
long.
fucking can, and it's so amazing. But I mean, we were talking about it because when I do move over to New York, you know, if at some point we could all get together, that'd be fucking cool and do like a
I was just thinking of that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of that, dude.
yeah.
We should definitely do a live game if we can.
Hell yeah.
No, my face is gonna give everything.
Good.
It's not poker, that's fine.
I suck at poker. Sometimes the only way I could work in lying games is I have to anticipate they're expecting me to lie and have to let them believe the lie, and I have to believe my lie. Too much believing in a lie.
Yep.
You have to play 4D chess in order for me to do well in reacting. So I just let myself react. It's fine.
God, please
I need to
stop.
like oil this chair. This chair sucks.
Mine's pretty bad too.
Because it squeaks every time. Unless I'm sitting in a very certain way, it will squeak. But it's getting old. The chair's getting old. So
Also, if you guys can't tell, I am ill, so your
Are
NPCs
you?
might be a little
Oh.
nasally tonight. I'm ill.
yeah, doesn't that mean something else?
What do you got going on? What's your ailment?
Finishing up a cold.
Ah,
Uh, have you guys ever had to defend Mr. Krabs for being accused of meeting up with Lady Lobster for exchanging money for the devil's kelp?
You think Mr. Krabs smokes weed?
Yep. Nah, it's just I was playing I was playing a game with people Sunday and that was the trial I had to oversee. I was like, what the heck is this trial? Yeah. The game is called Guilty as Sock. It's a very much a improv storytelling game. It's $5 on Steam.
I feel like I may have seen that or something similar before.
I love that you think Mr. Krabs smokes weed. It took me like midway through the trial to figure out what that meant. The devil's kelp.
How do we know it's not legal in Bikini Bottom?
How do we know a lot of things aren't legal in Bikini Bottom? Let's be real.
All right. Are we ready to get going?
Uh-huh.
So, last session, you guys went shopping, picked up some groceries, some school supplies for Rory, and some booze. And you guys had dinner with Axel. Brought over a box of flowers and some donuts. Homer hit the gritty.
Oh, Homer did hit the gritty.
As he should.
it's a great so hard.
And Echo, you went busking over in the Eastern City for a little bit and ran into a funky little guy, a fun little friend.
the best. I hope I see them again.
Peace. So
Wait,
we'll,
did we clarify who the cat was?
this is just a little
It was a
spirit
little
thing.
dude.
Okay.
He came and made some music with Echo, and then left.
He came out and did the thing.
He was the real star of
So-
the show.
Yeah, you rolled pretty high, if I'm remembering correctly.
No, let's be
Um,
real.
Assuming anything isn't going to happen over the night, we'll come to Saturday morning. It's Remembrance Day, holiday. Raining a bit, another kind of gloomy day out.
Oh, I can provide the rain sound.
The-
That's canon. So yeah, good morning.
We're just gonna have Rory at the table already. Skip his morning getting up thing in at the table already.
Echo will have her servant go out and make food, and she'll be in the bathroom.
I think I remember like, I mean, Homer usually can get pretty drunk, but I think remember him being quite significantly drunk. So I think he's gonna be like pretty groggy and grumpy. He's gonna be making like a bunch of like like almost like villager displeased old man noises on his way to honestly no, I think he's just probably gonna like slump, like go from the bed in the hallway over to the couch and like hit the bottle and just kind of like curl up in a little ball and hang out. Yeah, probably picking his toenails too with
They
Vanessa.
picking?
Yeah, like he's getting the dirt out of his toenails with Vanessa. Probably I
With Vanessa?
yeah
Damn.
I imagine she's pretty pissed.
Probably nothing to say about it.
Oh wow, she's freaky.
She's a sword. She's used to doing weird things. I also forgot Gurn got like blackout drunk and like passed out.
He
Right.
did.
Uh-oh. Not your words. Oh my god.
Oh,
um well Homer's kind of like nursing the whiskey bottle that Sparks got him and you know defiling Vanessa in a new way. Um Rory's at the table, right?
yep. Rory's just kind of fidgeting at the table. Like, he seems shaky, but like, not like nervous energy, but more like when a kid's excited and it's sort of thing. He's kind of just sitting at the table, swinging his legs.
Okay.
Not because he's short, because he wants to.
Homer will kind of like, without really saying good morning, kind of just be like, so, you and that Axel guy, huh?
Rory kind of just, while smiling, looks at him like, huh? What? What do
He'll
you
kind of
mean?
he'll kind of give like a pained smile. Like he's like obviously enjoying your reaction, but he's suffering. And he'll just kind of like, did Rory took the flowers to his room, right?
Yup.
Okay,
He
just
took the
double check.
red carnations to his room. They're on the beds, the shelf that's by the window.
He'll kind of like gesture towards his room and say, you know, Axel, the beautiful, strong man that brought you flowers, roses, little hibiscus things. Man, I haven't seen flowers besides in art in a really long time, but I don't know what happens on your place, but where I'm from, I think if somebody were to bring me flowers, I mean, first of all, I'd say there's still flowers. I'm going to tell me where the oasis is, or I fucking gut you. But otherwise, outside of that, it's also he'll kind of like get a bigger grin, a romantic gesture, you know, like maybe he likes you and he wants to show you the oasis and clean water and fresh food and yeah.
The entire time Rory was listening, he was nodding at every point until he got to the last part, and then he kind of looks a little sad and then he goes, "Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure he just said that was for the house because we're new. I think." And then he goes back to like just sitting there smiling and kicking his legs.
Homer will shake his head and roll his eyes and huff a little bit and just be like, under his breath, he'll just be like, this fucking kid. And continue defiling Vanessa.
Rory kind of looks over and goes, "Well, how was your sleep?"
Well, I mean, honestly, any sleep that's dreamless is a good sleep to me. He looks a little somber at that explanation, and then he'll shrug.
Rory tilts his head. "Dreamless? Wait, you could have those?" He stops kicking his legs.
Homer will like furrow his eyebrows at Rory and be like, do you not dream?"
Rory goes, "Oh no, I dream every night. I just," he kind of tilts his head, is like, "I just want to forget them most of the time." All the time? All the time. Then he goes back to smiling and then kind of bobbing his head.
Homer will be quiet for a little bit, but he'll like nod his head slowly with like an empathetic demeanor, like deeply empathetic demeanor. His kind of like his body language goes from like scrumbly hungover old man to like softer, I'd say. Like and he's just like, kid, you're fucked up.
He kind of
Too
stops.
fucked up for your age.
Rory kind of stops bobbing and goes, I've been told, but dreams are what keep you being alert, if I'm being honest. Never know when you have to run next. So I'm surprised to get them here. And he kind of swings around in the chair now. If that makes sense.
Oh my
You know,
god.
like
Yeah,
some people
yeah.
just like kind of like lean and swing around in the chair.
Echo will come out at some point. Good morning.
Someone's in a. And Rory kind of just blanks out. You're not in a bad mood, but you're not in an excited mood. It's not just a mood. He's just kind of saying this out loud. Someone had a night. Rory just kind of says after saying a lot of things out loud.
A later night, yes.
Why were you up so late?
Well, you know,
Ooh, wait,
venting my frustrations out.
Can Rory do an insight?
No.
Can I do an insight?
Yes. She looks pretty tired. She's not in a bad mood or anything, but she is like she didn't get a lot of sleep.
Rory is gonna give her not an empathetic gaze and goes, Echo, you don't have to answer or confirm or say anything, but just so you know, I go out at night too. And he kind of just nods and goes back to bobbing in the chair.
Oh. I went out busking last night just to get my frustrations out.
Rory tilts his head. Frustrations?
It's how I get my feelings out. So,
Like yelling to the void, he whispers out loud.
but
Homer will.
sorry, go ahead.
He'll like laugh at Echo and be like, feelings, letting them out? Nah. He'll kind of like tap the whiskey bottle he's drinking. You're supposed to keep that shit in, Echo.
She kind of gives him like a faraway look.
Rory
Yeah.
Rory looks and like, I mean, I write mine down. If that makes you feel better. Or yell into the void.
No, this is
And he smiles.
This is the only thing that keeps me sane. She gets real kind of quiet. Otherwise, I start thinking things I don't want to think. So, yeah.
Rory's eyes shift around. Do we not say our thoughts out loud?
I mean, I have.
Rory kind of just looks down and is like, I mean, I do. I just kind of hope you guys are paying attention when I do. And then he mutters something.
What does Rory mutter?
It sounds like.
Well, yeah, that's muttering.
Look, it took a while to practice that, okay? Don't judge.
She kind of increasingly looks uncomfortable at this. Rises from her seat and goes to the kitchen.
How's Gern doing?
Yeah, what's he up to? Blackout man.
You said this is the next morning, right?
Yeah. Give me a Constitution save.
You're gonna have
See
to
how
roll
hungover
it for
you
me.
are. Okay.
I had to restart the laptop and it's still slowly going.
Yeah. If you close the whatever opens as it restarts, any programs that open, it helps. That laptop can do one thing at once, and that is not an exaggeration.
Oh my.
You feel bad, but you're conscious. It's a 13.
Okay. Gurn will definitely take his time getting out there. He definitely shows up after the food,
All right.
So like when the
Which
food got
is-
cold.
yeah, which is incredibly weird for him.
Yeah, Echo will set the table and yeah, serve them all.
Rory is kind of just jumps off out of the seat and rushes to his room, because he is changing into clothes.
Oh,
Was he not wearing any?
He was just wearing a shirt though.
Ah.
The others don't know, but Gurn's short, so he was just wearing that really old T-shirt that he found and just kind of claimed.
Yeah.
He comes back out wearing, I'm assuming, shorts.
oh, it's cold outside. Yes.
Wait, are you talking about in game or like real life?
Real life. Sorry.
I thought you were saying, "Wow, it's cold outside." I'm like, how do you know? None of us went outside yet.
Rory is a he. And then Rory has a
Pronoun
friend.
check.
Rory has a friend that's pregnant.
Wait, I was gonna say Rory's pregnant. What?
Yes, Rory's pregnant.
Huh?
Rory's
That's
pregnant,
good.
and Gurn got him pregnant.
That's
What?
What?
Hold on.
Gurn?
Wait a
Yep.
minute.
Crack ship.
Oh.
Mpreg?
Mpreg.
No, Mpreg. No,
Yes, Mpreg.
no, Mpreg.
Mpreg
This is not the
forever.
time.
It's always time for Mpreg.
Jesus Christ.
God, no! Don't do this to Rory.
Echo's
Don't
she.
do this to Rory. Rory has
Gurn
enough
is
trauma.
he. Homer's he. Yeah.
Echo's our token lady.
You know how every
token
party has at
furry.
least one.
That
Every
too.
party has at least one furry and one lady. Echo covers both tokens.
Yeah,
So-
she can multitask. Yeah.
I wish I was kidding, but that is a typical
No,
JRPG
you're
party.
okay.
There's at least
That's why I'm answering you. You're okay.
like there's a reason why Homer makes fun of Rory looking like a twink. And he's only 5 feet tall. Don't judge. He's
I'm
stunted.
judging.
His growth.
I'm taller than he is.
Look, I'm taller, only by 4 inches, but I'm taller. So, like,
We the same size.
right, we are.
We could bully Rory in real life.
Yo, hold on. If we
We-
tackled him, he'd break in half. Let's
we-
be real.
We could keep away the ball.
Oh my god, we could be those people who hold the basketball and like, and can't reach it, can't reach it, can't reach it. And he'll probably shank us. He'll shank us with his
Yes.
dagger and his sickle.
Yes. Does Helmer come to the table?
He'll probably grab something to eat and shuffle over to the couch. He's really like grungly today.
Grungly.
Yeah, his old man bones hurt. Like he's really he's straight chilling.
She'll give you your pill. And then go.
Quill, I don't think he took any yesterday. He's already started drinking this morning. How shitty do you think he feels right
You give me a Constitution save.
now? Okay. Let's see. Constitution save.
You're
Oh,
Oh, yeah, he...
bad.
I-
You're
he feels-
bad.
You are bad.
that was a collective gasp. Holy crap.
Your withdrawal symptoms are starting to ever so subtly ease up, but you're hungover as fuck, my dude.
That's okay.
He,
Probably wouldn't even notice that your other symptoms are getting better because you just feel so bad right now.
That's
Okay,
okay.
I think-
Echo has breakfast burritos for everyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
that will big help. He will take the pill from her, but he will slip it in his pocket instead of taking it. He is taking it, just not now.
Alright.
She'll give him a look and go, "Don't make yourself suffer. Please."
Oh, um, I'll be fine. Just, got me this bottle of whiskey. I just want to enjoy it a little longer. He'll even like put his fingers up in the little pinchy way. Fuck, how do I describe it? You know what I mean?
It's these close.
Like look, like these close. Like he
Yeah.
does that gesture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Rory, upon seeing that, gets reminded of how Homer broke it down yesterday.
Oh, he broke it down.
He looks over and he goes, "Homer Bum, where did you learn those moves?" From last night. You were outshining everybody, if I'm being honest.
Quill, can I do a history check to see if he can vaguely remember how he knows those moves?
Go for it.
All right.
God.
Will he doesn't remember his parents' names, but will he remember Fortnite?
That's okay. I was afraid you're gonna say.
He just wanted V-Bucks, man. He didn't want his parents. He wanted V-Bucks.
Oh, he remembers.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh my god.
He agreed.
Incredible rolls
Story
tonight.
agreed. Oh god.
Wow.
A nat 1 followed by a nat 20,
The duality of man.
all in one page. Let's go.
Oh my, this is hysterical, y'all. He I mean, he's like blocked it out because of trauma or whatever, like details about his parents, but he remembers fucking Fortnite.
Many happy memories.
Jesus Christ, how do I roleplay this? Given that's a really good roll, like Homer will kind of like sit up straight, like really jump in his seat, like and his neck neck like snaps up, and he gets the sparkles in his eye, and like he has this huge smile start to spread across his face. Like you guys haven't really seen this. Like I think it would be kind of like, because he's usually like smug or like kind of like a little bit like of a dick or like like grumpy or like quiet or whatever, but this is like pure childlike joy like spreading across his face right now. And he's gonna like put the he guys he's even putting the bottle on the couch. Like the bottle's not in his hands anymore, and he'll like clasp his hands together and be like, oh my fucking god, it those moves that came from Fortnite. He says it with the most love and awe in his voice.
Rory makes like an amazed face, and then he looks to Echo, and then he goes, "What place has 14 days?"
What'd you say?
Rory just whispers to Echo, "What place takes 14 days?"
I don't know. What is... Explain Fortnite?
Is it a 14-day long event?
Oh, it's Fortnite. Fortnight. It is this. He'll like almost like gesture you guys to move closer. Like he looks like a grandpa right now that was just reminded of the days of his youth, and he looks as if he wants to tell you guys an epic tale of his youthful days.
Echo fucking is all in for this. She is like the grandkid in this situation. Tell me more, Papa. She doesn't say that, but still.
Rory is just like eager McBeaver in the seat, ready to listen for this epic adventure of 14 days.
So, Homer proceeds to I still think like I think like there are certain like he might like kind of get some names confused of like like the game consoles or whatever, or like certain aspects of it, but for the most part, for however long the rest of the party want to listen, he just info dumps about Fortnite. Like he like talks about like the little guns and like the emotes, and I honestly don't know too much about Fortnite, guys. But like Homer Buck.
No, you are fulfilling the need because copyright, but
Oh.
Oh. Do you say anything about Chug Jugs?
What is that?
It's
an item.
It's an item.
It's a blue drink that they drink to get more health / shields.
I feel like maybe like again like he might be, even though he remembers a lot of the ideas and maybe like some of the mechanics or the memes and stuff. I think he would, especially like being born in 2020, he might not remember too much from the game or like the mechanics as much as he would remember like the memes and like
The legacy.
This is
The
very
legacy,
important, but
yeah.
do you actually say Chug Jug or not?
Or do you say chug-a-lug?
Is it like a popular meme thing?
It's pretty
is.
popular.
It is,
I've heard of that.
There's a
one too, yeah.
song, "Come Chug Jug with You."
I would say if that sort of shit is like popular Gen Alpha, like yes, maybe I think he would remember.
Oh, it is Gen Alpha.
She will not thinking about Gurn, she will literally blurt out, "I really want to chug jug with you."
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from it. Yeah.
Sorry, Gurn.
Wait,
but
she sings a Fortnite meme?
She sings a Fortnite meme.
Rory just has mouth agape open. Goes, "Echo, were you there too?"
No. I just
Oh.
I know the song.
Well, that's weird if you know the song, but I won't listen it.
Fourth wall break.
She actually looks around sheepishly. And embarrassed, actually. goes back to her place and at the table.
Rory just goes, so this thing transcends both time and place?
No.
But you know something. You know something.
Homer's giving Echo a curious and intrigued look at her, proclamation of singing the Gen Alpha Fortnite or 14 Nights meme song. Also, can Homer insight fucking Echo's shyness about like not divulging information about how she knows this
That song?
song?
Go for it.
Okay.
That's like directly in the middle.
That's an 11. Slightly above average.
You can tell she doesn't really want to say why she knows that song.
Homer's gonna try to because he was like all excited about this Fortnite stuff, and like you bring up this like popular meme song, and it kind of like snapped him out of it. And now he's like probably gonna. I think he's gonna like press her, and be like, wait, aren't you from the England or something? Like, how do you know Fortnite? Like,
I don't know Fortnite.
then how do you know the song of my generation?
I know songs.
Um,
I am a performer, darling.
could Homer possibly try to persuade her with like a persuasion check or something?
Persuasion check?
Isn't that a skill, persuasion?
Don't we have like isn't that a check we can do, a persuasion check?
Yeah, you can.
Right. Homer, find out about fucking the Fortnite song. He's not convincing, huh?
No.
Ratatouille.
He'll let up and just go back to his whiskey drinking, but with a lot more fondness in his vibes, happiness.
Echo gives a sigh of relief.
Rory slams his palm onto an open hand and goes, you know what? She probably heard it from some traveling people in the town or the city when she was busking. Right, Echo? That makes sense.
Yep, that makes so much sense. Thank you.
Rory has a shocked face and goes, oh, I guess correctly?
Yep.
I'm smart.
Which
And he
means
kinda
there
just
are
kinda-
others like you, Homer. Who know Fortnite, whatever that might really be.
Rory kind of smugly smiles. He goes like, I put 2 and 3 together. All right. He mumbles to himself.
Echo will hurriedly clear her throat and like look at the rest of the group and change the subject. So what do you guys think about going to the casino today?
Rory kind of just bobs his head and goes, I mean, it sounds like it'd be a fun place to explore.
I just know that whoever sent me the dress is there, so. And I really don't.
Maybe it's your secret admirer. Rory kind of sings out loud.
Yeah. Maybe. But if they
He
want,
also kind of. Oh, go ahead.
but if they want my soul, then I have to give the dress back. So
Why would they want your soul again?
well, that's what was kind of said about casinos, was it not?
That's just what I read about Echo. I actually don't know if they actually do it. He kind of just shrugs. Right, Homer? Bum. Do casinos steal your soul?
Homer will nod. Homer will nod. Yep. From what I remember, yeah. Very,
Oh,
very
So the books didn't lie. Don't worry, we'll all be there. If your soul gets taken, we'll make sure to fight for it back. Right? You could fight for souls, right?
She looks very worried, but nods.
I mean, we don't have much to fear so far. I'm sure Tyrion wouldn't let anything bad happen to us. He says with such confidence.
But Tyria doesn't know we're going, so
Rory just kind of mouth the gapes open, like, we're not telling him.
why would we tell him?
Oh, I thought, you know what? Good point. We don't have to tell him.
I don't know, man. She wouldn't say man. That was just a me thing. So are we going to the casino? Are you guys coming with me?
Rory just nods. I'll put on better clothes. As he just points to what he's wearing is a torn, very large t-shirt and shorts that you can't really see are shorts.
Homer will nod and give a thumbs up.
Yay.
As Rory heads back to his room, and he asks Gurn, "Are you feeling okay? You came out later than normal."
Sure.
Rory yells from his room, "What did you say?" He comes out with the blouse and pants that Echo bought him. This looks casino appropriate, right?
What is casino appropriate? I don't. What if I go underdressed?
Rory shrugs. I don't know, I've never been to one. I'm going off what you described.
But I have nothing that really matches what goes on there, from what I've seen.
Rory kind of looks to Homer. Is this casino appropriate?
What's Rory wearing again?
He's wearing that moon blouse and pants that Echo bought him. I forget where the picture is.
We can cross post it to the closet chat as well if you find it.
Closet.
Ooh, okay.
Because Rory's in the closet. Get it? Sorry.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
And then this is in case we want to see what he was looking like, or the t-shirt. The t-shirt was this one. Just imagine shorts that like are covered by the shirt, and so.
I can't forget what the
Yes,
conversation about casinos was like. What did we say they were again? Like so the evil place that sucks souls, but like I'm trying to figure out how Homer would respond based on the conversation we had.
Echo was describing it, and she said there were a lot of lights, a lot of flashing lights, and a lot of machines that made noises.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
and then based off that, Rory's like, "Oh, it sounds like those casinos. The things that I heard steal souls. That's the competition for that."
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. So in response, Homer will be like, hmm. Hmm. Well, I mean, I think maybe armor would be a little better suited, given that kind of environment, or something where you can't be seen, something tactical. But I don't know. Maybe you could seduce the creatures that occupy soul sucking place, perhaps. He'll shrug.
Rory kind of looks over. Seduce? Um, he looks over to Echo. Uh, are we supposed to seduce people there?
You leave that to me, darling. It'll be okay. They may know how to suck, but I can outsuck anybody, so.
Rory just kind of slaps his face with both his hands. He goes, "Oh no, do we all have to suck?"
Oh my fucking god.
That's why I said don't worry. I got you.
What if they make us all do it so we save our souls? He kind of is like doing the scream face in the art piece right now.
I can suck enough for all of us, Rory.
He looks over to Homer. Are we comfortable with that?
What'd you say?
He looks over to Homer and asks, "Are we comfortable with that?"
Homer will react, like Homer's mood will kind of flip, and he will look, and this is probably kind of a rare look on him. Oh fuck, I gotta charge my phone. He will look very, very uncomfortable. And actually probably not respond to you. Kind of turn away. I think he's making it clear that that question shockingly made him uncomfortable.
Rory just goes, "See, we're not comfortable with that option."
I mean, I've taken much worse for others, so.
He just kind of jaw drops, not knowing how to react to that.
Anyway, shall we get going? After we get ready, Echo, no, goes into her room and gets ready.
Rory goes back into the room to put on his leather. What armor does he have? I know he has armor. He has not been wearing it.
You have armor?
I have studded leather armor. He'll put it under
Okay.
his blouse or his blouse. It'll make him look slightly more bulky and not as twinky.
He's a Twinkie.
At
At least he will be if Axel gets a hold of him.
Oh my god. Was Echo there when Homer was asking
No.
about that? Because Rory was not reading the room for that
No.
real well.
No, but Echo was reading the room.
if there's enough time, Quill, is there any like in the storage room, is there any like crates that are not being used or something? Like Homer's looking to make some really quick, probably shitty, like makeshift armor, out of like wood or something. Like,
You said armor?
yeah.
So you certainly could do that. One thing I would point out, I believe as a monk you don't. It actually benefits you to not wear armor.
Isn't your armor class the same regardless if you're wearing armor or not?
It's like he's. It's not like I don't think it's gonna be like something permanent. It's just for the misunderstanding about the casino. It's just for the bit, you know.
Sure.
Oh, because none of us know what a casino is, basically.
I guess the question would more be, would Homer make something like that for himself, or would he be of the mentality that it's better to go without it because he's lighter and swifter without it, kind of thing, as a monk, I guess. But there would be if you did want to go that route, certainly.
No, I think since he mentioned like the armor thing to Rory, he's probably gonna make some for himself, even to his
Right.
own detriment.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you'd be able to find the crates just fine. Do you have proficiency with any kind of like tinker's tools? I know you have your glass blowing kit.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Freaking
Not particularly. So give me just a, let's say, flat dex check.
sure. Oh, that's
I
a
mean, you're
save.
basically that's fine because I can just take the roll from that.
Okay.
B5 plus. Yeah, I mean, calling it armor is pushing it. You're kind of just strapping some wood to like your arms to give yourself a bit of, extra kind of. It's not great.
Perfect. That's kind of what I was going for. Something stupid.
Good.
If it works, it works.
It doesn't. That's
Oh, that's what you mean.
yeah. I mean, it's on there. There's wood taped to his body.
Perfect.
It is something.
Echo will come out with the red dress that she has. And then the pretty dress and the coat and all that kind of in her arms. And she'll wait for the others.
Rory kind of walks past Echo after opening the door and kind of asks her, "Does this make me look bulkier?"
A little bit. It's
He
not.
kind of just fist bumps himself in the air. It's something. I'll take it.
I mean, you look great in it.
I mean, you picked out these clothes, so.
I do have great taste, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Homer will smugly show off his shitty fucking wood taped to his body and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be totally safe." And he'll like flex his fucking old man arms.
Rory kind of looks at him and goes, "Where'd you get the planks?"
Did you say pipes?
Planks.
Oh, thanks. Homer will kind of like nonchalantly shrug and be like, some crates in the storage room.
Oh.
Rory kind of just tilts his head. We have empty crates?
Did.
Well,
We did.
remind me to replenish those later. But you look safe. Which is all that matters.
Is Gurn wearing a t-shirt today?
Is he wearing
Or
a
some
shirt
sort
at
of
all?
shirt? He hasn't been wearing a shirt recently.
He would not have come out with a shirt on.
Oh, he's at least wearing pants, right? I just assumed this entire time Gordon wears pants.
Probably.
Are you doing anything to get ready after the soul stealing talk? Gurn?
Um. Yeah, I guess he'll throw a shirt on.
Alright.
You say yes, I
That's it.
guess.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
He's serious. He's locking in.
He's got the
The
shirt
shirt's
on.
how you know. The shirt's how you know.
It's like turning the baseball cap backwards.
Oh fuck, you
But-
right.
You put the shirt on.
Oh, I won't lie. That phrase got ruined for me for other reasons. Continue.
Nope, I'm go eat in the other room. Sorry, babe.
Christmas.
So you guys heading out?
Yes.
Alrighty.
On the way, Rory's going to lead the way, Echo.
She
We'll be
does.
right behind you.
She does.
Yeah, so you guys will, I assume, teleport.
Mm-hmm.
To 112
Yeah.
and cross the bridge.
Cross the bridge. Echo leading you guys southward along Commercial Street. Actually, first, as you're walking through, first the southern quarter, and then the little stretch of distance in between the 112 teleporter and the bridge. You'll notice quite a few of the shops around the Solar Court are closed for the day, for the holiday. And then as you enter into the eastern city, you'll see there's some stuff that's also closed over there, but it's not quite as prevalent. A lot of stuff, you kind of get the vibe it doesn't really close. Kind of one of those cities. Yeah, after a good bit of walking, are you guys just walking there?
Is there another means of getting there? Or just walking?
Echo is aware that there are taxis.
I think Echo
But-
would actually say that there are those things, but I don't think she'd know.
Mhm. It is raining as well. So.
Yeah, she'd probably. Yeah. she'd probably steer them towards those.
All right. So yeah, you'll, I guess, following what you saw Tyriad do, kind of wave one down. It'll stop. And I'll file in, I assume.
While that's happening, Rory's going like, "Oh, wait, Echo, how'd you know how? What?"
And I went with Tyriad about the kid.
Oh. So we just go in and they drive us somewhere?
Yes.
Rory's in full amazement. Wow, I never thought I'd get to be in a car
I just.
or an automobile, as they say.
I just don't want to be wet.
Rory shudders. Ooh, totally understand.
I knew you would.
You totally traumatized Rory, by the way.
Good.
He's hydrophobic now.
Good.
If he has to remember what burp feels like, he's totally traumatized.
Good.
The sharp coldness goes up his back every time now.
Good.
So what do you say as far as where to go?
Uh, I don't know if did she ever get the name of that place or
You did. Give me a history check. Because you only really saw it once. I believe it was mentioned to
Oh,
you once or twice, but yeah, you'd remember it's the Watcher's Eye.
the Watcher's Eye, please.
You say that, and the car, as it were, carriage thing, will start moving, taking you guys the about, I believe, 2.5 miles down Commercial Street. And as it stops outside of the casino, uh, it'll prompt you to pay. Let's see. 25 silver, or I guess the equivalent of 25 uh, V dollars.
Shit. Okay. Um,
oh, all of us only have gold.
I have like 1 silver and 1 copper.
Don't forget that some of that is in dollars at this point.
You know, I don't know how much that is though. So
We can say that it's equivalent. So there's probably also a slot to put in coins if you need to use gold. So
okay.
I imagine these things would take
25.
Would it automatically convert? This is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay, how much? I guess
That would be 2 gold,
2
and
gold
then it would leave you with 5 silver. So it would be 2 gold and 5 silver total.
so she'll put 3 gold in.
Okay. It'll deposit change in V dollars.
Okay. What do I put for that then?
You don't need to keep track of it. We'll just say you guys have both. Until it becomes relevant, we'll just say you guys have both.
Okay, but what do I put in for the silver pieces or whatever?
It would give you 5 silver
5
back.
back. Okay.
The equivalent of 5, yeah. Also, I think I did the math on that wrong. It would technically give you 50 V dollars, which is equivalent to 5 silver.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Man.
Gold numbers I told you were correct. The conversion rate I need to refresh myself on. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, you guys will come up. Echo has been here before, but for the rest of you, you'll come up to a large building, almost cathedral-like. The front of it has a massive stained glass window featuring a multicolored eyeball. If any of you happen to remember, reminiscent of the one printed on the back of the card that Echo was given with her dress.
Can I roll a history check and see if Rory remembers that?
Go for it. Probably get an inkling. Homer would remember.
Rory kind of just, upon getting out of the car, goes, I don't know why I thought a casino wouldn't look so church-like. Is anyone else getting those vibes?
Maybe it's
Or just me?
designed that way.
I was expecting more. Not this.
Will nod like grimly and uncomfortably.
You guys will
We-
probably
we-
see a couple people.
the whole
making their way
atmosphere
in
is
and out.
giving Rory the vibes of like, maybe my books had the right idea. We'll be okay though, right? if we stick together, right?
Homer will definitely is Rory sitting next to Homer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would assume
Homer
so.
like put a hand on his shoulder with a like uncomfortably serious expression, like and it like kind of like that expression came up like when he like saw that building and yeah, just the religious tones and like I put a hand on his shoulder and just be like, kid, we will absolutely stick together. Cannot trust religious bastards for anything that they're fucking worth.
Also, if they try to steal your soul, I'm shooting them.
Exactly.
Rory goes, "See, Echo, we have a game plan. We'll be fine."
Echo does not look so sure, but okay.
You'll see a couple people, pretty quiet. I can't remember how busy it was when you were here last, Echo, but you'll see like a couple handful of people, coming in and out, doors opening. A lot of people on the streets have umbrellas. It's still raining.
She's having a hard time willing
Do
herself
we
to
see?
go forward.
Do we see all the machines and stuff like that?
You'd get an inkling of some of the sort of neon lights that are in there through the doors, but it's a little hard to get like details of anything from here.
Uh, so no one's moving right now, right?
No.
Rory just takes a big, deep breath. Okay, I'm going in, and he kind of just marches up there and puts his hand on the door and kind of pushes through.
All right. Rory, you enter into probably a nice warm air compared to the sort of cool, damp, rainy day outside. Kind of right away, a little overwhelmed with the lights and sounds of everything going on in here. A lot of neon, a lot of noises from machines, the sort of dinging and ringing and little jingles and whatnot that all the different casino games make. Um, as you kind of look around, you'll see off to you enter into a huge sort of entryway room. You can tell it's sort of like the building itself is 2 floors. The room you're in kind of is like a foyer type. It goes up like through the second floor, so the second floor is kind of a balcony that wraps around, that you can kind of see up from where you're standing. To one side, you see a lot of the traditional casino equipment. Not that Rory, I guess, would necessarily know, but your slot machines, your poker tables. Blanking on some of the other ones right now for some reason, but you know what I mean. Um, and then off to the other side, again, not that Rory would necessarily recognize them, but they're more just kind of traditional arcade machines, just like games to play. It looks more like an arcade than a casino over on the right side of everything.
Is the door still open behind Rory?
Uh, would you have kind of like stopped in the doorway holding it open?
He kind of went through, but he didn't like. He kind of like swung it open. So
It probably would have closed behind you then.
Rory just kind of looks around and he sees, oh, oh, shiny, and he starts running off to the right side. He saw all the pretty lights.
I don't suppose it's not too late to turn around and leave, right?
Do they see Rory running off to the right from outside?
I think they just watched you run in and then didn't follow you.
Okay. That's even better. Rory just ran into the right side, going to the arcade area. He
We're
saw all the
definitely
pretty
gonna stick
lights.
together, guys.
I mean,
Totally forgetting all the distractions happened.
yeah. Echo, because Rory did just kind of go in there by himself. Hesitate for that sentence, and then we'll follow.
All right, everybody going in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
they're
right,
not
yeah.
abandoning Rory.
It would be really funny. Rory just runs in and they're like, "Well, he's done for. Let's go home." Yeah, you all enter to see the same thing. Homer, give me a perception check.
Ew.
All right. Perceptin.
Also, something else all of you would notice. On the ceiling in the top of this sort of like foyer type open space, there's a massive, massive disco ball sort of embedded into the ceiling that's reflecting a lot of the neon and lights around the room.
Perception is high tonight, Homer Bum.
Is that
And Homer,
is that meant to be a hypnotic thing? That's what she'll say.
What's up?
Above you guys, sort of embedded in the ceiling, is a massive disco ball. And Echo has asked if it's meant to be some sort of hypnotism thing.
Oh. Homer will kind of like shrug and like hold up his jacket a little bit and hiss at the disco ball. Like the light twinkling off of it is like burst or something.
Homer, as you look around, you'll notice. So the sort of layout as the room is the layout of the room is that straight ahead of you, there's these sort of two stairs that sort of start to the left and to the right, and then come up to meet in the center, and then go up again onto a balcony, which sort of leads onto the second floor. Situated sort of in between those staircases is a bar, a fairly extensive one. One of those bars where like the entire back wall of the bar and like a good portion of the bar itself is like just kind of made of neon paneling. So it's kind of slowly changing colors through the LED kind of palette.
Well, sick. Okay. Anything else?
You'll see all the same machines that Rory saw. Off to the right, your more sort of traditional casino machines. Or, sorry, off to the left, your more traditional casino machines. Off to the right, more of a arcade style kind of games and whatnot.
Okay.
You would probably recognize the arcade cabinets as being arcade cabinets. I would imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Is Miss Pac-Man there?
Probably something equivalent.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna assume Rory's wandering around looking at all the pretty flashing game lights over there.
All right, Rory, give me an investigation check.
Oh shoot. Because he went in and he's like, ooh, shiny, pretty lights.
All right, as you kind of go up to one, sort of looking it over, watching the screen sort of flash with its, introductory screen menu kind of thing. Kind of looking over the machine itself, looking over the controls. You'll notice sort of imprinted on a little metal kind of plaque, very small, Pretty much the size of those like novelty pennies that you can press, at the museum. It looks like that.
Mhm.
But it says C and R on it.
CNR?
Yep. C&R. Would you like to give me a history check?
Yeah. Because I'm not even remembering what that is. Where is my menu? There we go. Hold on. Why did that close? History.
You don't remember.
Oh, oh wow. Rory, you can't remember things sometimes, and we love you for it. You have your moments. This is not one of them. He'll just continue on looking at machines then.
All right. What are the three of you who just came in doing?
Echo is staying really closely to Homer.
Yeah, sorry.
Just kind of clutching the dress that was given to her tightly to her, and like, yeah.
Homer looked like for a second, he almost like looked, he probably like somebody was watching him. Like, it was like a silent battle, but he looked like almost for a second he was gonna beeline for the bar. Like his foot like was, his body was turned towards it, but then he saw Rory fucking scamper off like a little biddly bop and this clearly terrifying, scary casino. So like he like fucking sighs and rolls his eyes back to his head and gets all huffy, and then like, but still regardless keeps true to his word and sticks close to Rory, checking that Echo is behind him, and also like kind of like whistles at Gurn to keep up, to stick together.
I say even before that, Gurn would probably be like right behind Echo the entire time with a hand on his gun.
Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah. We probably just Homer probably just didn't see him.
I'd like to
He's smart.
point out is Echo is not floating. She is like
On the ground.
on the ground, and her if Gurn will let her, her tail will be wrapped around his arm.
Oh,
But so are they approaching Rory while he's wandering around?
kind of following, I think, a little bit.
Rory is muttering stuff to himself while looking at all these machines.
Look at all
the-
those chickens. Sorry.
Wow. The rest of you give me perception checks. Okay. I can't remember if Homer would know this. Echo, give me a history check. As you also notice the logos on the arcade cabinets. Yeah,
Steamroller.
yep. You would have, it would have been a big enough deal to you that you would probably pretty easily remember. It's the name of Cyrus's robotics company. Or, well, engineering company, I guess. Not robotics, specifically, but...
Wouldn't that be a good thing then?
Sorry, I stepped away for like a second.
That's all right.
She would tell the group.
Rory pipes up. Oh, so that's why that thing looked familiar.
Hmm.
Wait, so if Cyrus helped build these, doesn't this mean it's kind of safe? Sorry for being distracted, by the way. Saw so many pretty lights.
What if he just manufactures them and then the person who owns this casino is using it for evil?
Rory just kind of shakes his head. Right, we're here to look for that thing. Where do we go?
I don't know.
uh. Rory looks around. Stairs. Stairs always lead somewhere. He starts heading off to the stairs.
All right. Are you all following?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll head up the stairs adjacent to the bar, up onto the sort of balcony section that branches off into the rest of the second floor. Up here is more sort of private rooms. Some of them have the doors open. You can see it's more for like private poker games, private sort of, um, whatever tables sections where if you don't want to be playing down on the main floor, you can kind of rent a little space or whatever. Some doors are just kind of closed. A couple say staff only. As you walk, you'll sort of wander down a side hallway with a couple more of these rooms. You'll pass a couple people, but sort of the more away from the main area of the building you get, the quieter it gets. The main bulk of the crowd is down in the like game floor, as it were, or maybe drinking up on the balcony overlooking things. So as you wander down this hallway, it gets a bit quiet until you guys are the only people in sight, in earshot, whatever. Eventually, you will come to the end of the hallway. Again, couple doors either side. Probably like a little end table with some kind of potted plant on it at the end here. But
Or-
Hmm.
But
I was just gonna say, but yeah, pretty not much. Without poking your
Rory
head
kind of
into the testing some of the doors or whatever.
sighs. He's like, "Dang it! That roll usually doesn't fail.
Mm,
When you see stairs, they go somewhere. This is nowhere."
maybe we should go back.
Wait, was it always this quiet? Rory kind of points out.
Well, there was a big crowd in the main area, so
The shouldn't it still kind of be quiet? Like not this quiet here?
I don't know, man. She doesn't say man.
Echo, where were we supposed to go here?
I don't know. I don't know.
No hint, no hints, nothing.
Nothing. Like,
Uh,
I just figured maybe I could figure something out about who left this
Mm.
to me, so.
Rory goes, maybe I should just start opening doors. And he kind of slowly reaches for a door handle that's on the first door he sees.
Maybe we don't.
Maybe we go to the bar and ask the bartender.
Homer
He looks over to Homer Bum.
fuck up at that.
Okay.
Okay, to the bar then. Homer, lead the way.
Homer
kinda
leads
just-
the way at a breakneck speed.
Wait up, Homer, wait! Rory kind of dashes off behind him.
As you all kind of turn and start making your way out, Homer sort of dashing off, Rory dashing off after him. Echo, you take a few steps, and then from behind you, not unnervingly close, but closer than you feel like should have been possible without you noticing anything. You'll hear a voice say, "Are you looking for something, princess?"
Oh. Oh.
Is
Oh.
Gurn with me?
Gurn should be.
I think Gurn's still
Right?
with you.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my god.
She's gonna she's gonna squeal in terror and like jump but like stay in the air. And like kind of look at who said that.
Yeah, as you kind of whip around, you will see a tabaxi, specifically a hairless tabaxi, with very, very familiar golden eyes, kind of dressed in a neat, sort of modernish purple suit. And he'll give you a smile as you meet his eyes. And Echo, you get a sort of overwhelming wave of familiarity. While normally, given these circumstances and the sort of frenzy you all have built yourself up to about this place, you should be threatened, intimidated by this man, but you get a strange sense of safety about him. Something about him seems familiar. And he'll give you a warm smile. Sort of tilt his head a little bit.
Oh,
And what's a lovely thing like you doing here?
I guess looking for answers. She will lower herself back down to the ground and kind of like not be as tense as she was.
Answers to what questions?
Well, I guess who sent me these? She'll hold out the clothes.
He'll give a smile at that. Well, I did, of course.
Why?
Can't have a pretty thing like yourself walking around in this weather with no jacket.
She gets increasingly flustered.
Homer and Rory, give me perception checks.
Oh no, Rory, you suck at these.
You guys would get pretty far away before realizing that Echo and Gurn are not with you.
Of course. Like, we're back in the lobby sort of area.
Probably not like down the stairs or anything, but yeah, pretty much back in like that main section.
So Rory's gonna go kind of tap Homer Bum. Homer Bum, I don't think they followed.
God fucking damn it.
You were kind of running pretty fast.
Yeah, because you mentioned a fucking bar. I'm Homer Bum, not Homer Done with alcohol.
I mean, I figured, the drunk people talk. Rory kind of just fidgets with his hands for a bit.
He'll like
I didn't think you were gonna run so fast.
I wanted more booze. He'll kind of like kick his foot on the ground, and then he will like shrug and be like, guess we gotta turn back.
Should we run again? Or
Yeah, and then he'll just take off.
wait, hold on! Oh man! Rory just chases after him again after just catching up. So we're running back apparently.
All right. Probably have a minute or so at least before they get back. If I imagine this guy probably not saying too much, sort of just kind of letting you lead with whatever you wanted to talk about, but
Why?
not really offering any any
Yeah,
much.
Why me? I'm sure there's other people who need coats in the city.
Give me an insight. You'll see a slightly strange look about him in his eyes. It's hard to kind of pinpoint what exactly it is. But he'll smile and go, "Well, that is certainly something I would like to discuss with you. In private, preferably." And I imagine, sort of as he's saying this, Homer and Gurn, you two would be getting back.
Homer and Gurn?
Sorry, Homer and Rory, my bad. And he'll kind of gesture to you, and Gurn as well. If your friends here would like to go downstairs, they can play and drink on the house, if you wouldn't mind stepping into my office for just a moment. And he'll gesture behind him to one of the doors that had been closed, which is now open, which you could assume is probably where he came from.
She will look at the others.
Gurn's hand would tighten on his gun.
Rory's currently slumped over. Why? Why you gotta run so fast, Homer?
Weak ass Rory.
I mean, that's awkward too with Homer's like increased movement speed. He would be faster.
Yeah.
Rory was not expecting to like double book it. Like
This
Rory
old
runs
man
a
can
lot,
really-
guys, but not like the speed hit Homer bum ran. Like
It's funny too, because like even though like Rory's not as young as Homer thinks he is, like Rory is still in his 20s, just like later 20s, right?
remember, Rory has ran for 5 hours one day and the whole night another day.
Oh yeah, that's good
So
point.
like Rory does run, but just not at the speed that Homer
Yeah,
bum ran.
He's got the constitution, but not the speed.
So in order to keep up with Homer, it's like super dash.
Yeah.
Because you said we got that back in a minute. I'm like, holy shit, that's kind of okay. Rory's just like, give me a second, please. He just takes one big deep breath in and exhales. Okay. Who's this? He points to the person.
Sorry, what was your name?
Ace.
Rory just outbursts, like the cards?
He'll nod.
Oh. Explains the card.
Yeah, explains the card.
Homer and Rory caught the last part of the conversation with Ace being like, like your friends can do whatever, but as long as you come to my office, right? Like they caught that.
Yeah, he would have kind of particularly been like emphasizing that you guys can go and eat, drink and play for free. Basically, he said on the house.
Okay. kind of with Echo looking at us and with that offer, Homer's gonna look so conflicted. His eyes are gonna dart between Echo and then the bar in the distance, or like down where maybe the bar would be, and then Echo, and then the man, and then Echo, and the bar. He's gonna be like sweating bullets, and it's not from the running; it's from his torn obligations. He's gonna like kind of like look, uncharacteristically like nervous. He's gonna like his eyes are darting between like multiple choices. He's like stunned into like he's silent. He's not really giving Echo a response because he's torn. There's a carrot on the stick, and he's loyal, but more loyal to booze than anybody else.
Rory's still catching his breath.
I
But he's trying to breathe a little more normally.
and you don't steal souls? She'll ask Ace.
Of course not. Don't be silly, dear.
She'll cast Rory a look.
I said it, I read it in books. He kind of just while flailing his arms.
This is a place for entertainment. Of course, there are some who take it too far and end up bankrupting themselves or getting in over their heads, but we do our best to prevent those kinds of regulars, I suppose, from harming themselves.
I see. I think that'll be okay. She'll cast the group one more look and kind of step forward towards Ace.
Wonderful. Do come in, make yourself comfortable.
Rory goes, wait!
She will stop.
Before you go, Rory kind of just stands there. It's like, you promise nothing's gonna harm her, right?
I wouldn't let anything touch a hair on her body.
Rory glints at him, like glares at him. Echo, you will be nearby. And he kind of just he kind of gestures to the like he pulls out the horn in his pocket if he needs to summon her, but not saying anything.
She will nod.
Well, I'll keep an eye on Homer Bum in the bar, but we're not running. He goes to Bum. Okay, she gave us the go. We're going to the bar. We're not running. He kind of just.
Sorry.
He kind of just grabs his arm, like, come on. She wants to do this.
Homer will give like a deep sigh of relief, and he will be so joyous and relieved at the relief of an obligation that he will pick up at Rory and run to the bar.
I said we're not running. Rory,
You're not running. I'm running. So therefore, we're not running.
come back here, and they just dash off into the distance.
Oh, I said Homer.
You are
picks
currently
Rory
being
up.
carried.
Oh my god, Jesus. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why he said
That makes more sense, I guess. Yeah.
What's Gurn doing through all this?
Gurn is just staring at Echo.
Do you have Do you want to say something, Gern?
I'll kind of just stare at you for a couple more seconds. And then, I don't know if at any point you did, but I assume you're still attached to his arm.
Oh, yeah, she probably. Oh, yeah,
Unconsciously still there.
yeah, she'll.
So just like stare at you for a couple more seconds and then look down at his arm.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. She'll unfurl his arm, her tail from his arm.
You sure?
Yeah, it should be fine.
He'll give it like a slight nod and then just kind of wander off.
All right.
Yeah, she'll walk into his office.
He'll kind of the door was sort of already, propped open. But he'll kind of stand there with his hand on the door, kind of like beckoning you in. Then kind of follow you. You'll walk into a fairly kind of, I guess, elegant would be the word for it, sort of office space. Big, ornately carved wooden desk in the center. Lots of paperwork, some books, whatnot.
Oh, paperwork, fun. Mhm.
Various sort of documents, certificates, some photos, some awards, whatnot, pinned on the walls around. And he'll gesture for you to sit down in a sort of plush armchair on the near side of the desk.
Uh, she will. Like, she's not as tense as she was, but she is like kind of a little bit more tense than if she were just relaxed.
He'll walk up and kind of lean on the desk next to you, so he's on the same side of the desk as you, rather
Mhm.
than like sitting down across. Kind of look you up and down and smile. So, dear, I'm sure you have many questions for me.
Uh, I do. Um, I just again, why me?
Well, I like to look out for all of our kindred spirits, as it were. You've already met Lamb, I believe, yes?
Yeah, I have.
Well, Club Pyre was a gift from myself to him.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you.
I'd like to do the same for you, but that's something we can talk about once you get established, I suppose.
She kind of gives him a little bit of a wide-eyed stare. I, I, I see. But what's in it for you?
Personal satisfaction.
I
That's
see.
all.
She kind of looks a little disappointed at that. I'm always around for satisfaction. Anyway.
Just kind of smiles. It was one of my employees who saw you and gave me your address.
And who's that?
Oh, I don't remember the name.
So you just... I'm not gonna lie, that's a little off-putting.
There are quite a number of people who work for me.
Is Timber one of them?
Hmm. The name rings a bell, I suppose.
Again, she, like, looks a little disappointed. So,
Give me an insight check, sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead and say what you
Mm.
But you'll notice that through all of this, he is impossible to read. Uh, full poker face.
I see. And how did you come to be? I guess, how did you come to power in this city, and...
I've been here for a very, very long time.
how long?
Since before this city was even really established.
Are you one of the original residents?
He'll nod.
Everything
I
in
helped
my
to
head is dying. I can't even think. Sorry, what was that?
I helped to build this city up before the dream of a city where the silly and unsilly Fae could coexist was even a passing thought in its founders' minds. I've been here for a very long time.
So how old were you when, I guess, the city was well, came into its problem?
Well, I had been in the Feywild for 15 years when the seclusion started. In the city itself for 5 of those.
A 20?
He'll kind of chuckle. Well, you should know age is rather hard to keep track of for those like us.
Like us.
He'll smile, and the smile will grow wider into a grin, and his eyes will sort of glow as his body fades into invisibility. And he'll say, "Dear, you and I have much more in common than I think you suspect."
At that, she, kinda... Ooh. Ooh. How could you keep that from me?
I'm lost, but it sounds surprising.
She shoots up in her, like she, floats up, like, very fast, and is, like, really excited, and, like, her own grin is, like, real wide and stuff. She's like, oh my gosh, another just like me? And she's just really excited. And she'll, like, kind of, like, swirl him, like, swirl around him, and, like, yeah.
He'll definitely sort of play into it, kind of mimicking your motions a little bit. Of course, when I heard there was another one in the city, I couldn't resist but reaching out a hand.
So, are you from Wonderland or Underland?
Mine was called Wonderland.
So you would be more akin to Lem.
Lem and I are closer, in timelines, I suppose, yes.
She almost feels a little, she feels disappointment at that, let's be real. But she, like, all of the tension has left her body. Every bit of it. She, yeah, she's how she would be as if she were with the group.
Mm.
So, do you have a child? If this is your farm? Or...
For the first time, you'll see his face kind of change out of his sort of default expression, as he frowns just ever so slightly. And he'll walk around to the other side of his desk, reach into his desk drawer, and take out a photograph and hand it to you. And you'll see a sort of young teenage boy with black hair and blue eyes. Not really smiling for the photo, just kind of a more serious sort of portrait of him. And you'll see a bit of a distant look in Ace's eyes as he goes, "I did. Once. He is the one who brought me here.
I see.
No longer."
She kind of gives him a really sympathetic look, like, and she'll kind of just, like, give his shoulder a squeeze. I'm sorry. Um, I didn't know. I'm.
No need to apologize, dear. That's a story for another time, though. And he'll kind of fold the picture back up and put it back in the desk drawer. I'm sure there's much more you'd like to discuss.
Yes. Can we cut to them? Because I have no idea what I'm about to discuss.
I was
Thank you.
yeah, I was gonna say if you want to leave it with them sort of talking,
Mm-hmm.
we will cut to the rest of you. So you all head back to the main floor, I'm assuming. Homer
Mhm.
beelining for the bar.
Homer is definitely beelining for the bar.
With Rory in hand. Literally.
When are you gonna put me down, Homer? Um, Rory kind
Is
of
there- Are they at,
says,
are they at the bar at this point?
Yeah.
Homer will hoist Rory down, and he'll kind of roll his shoulders and be like, "Damn, kid, you need to eat more. You're light as fuck."
Rory just goes, I'm not that light.
Light as a feather.
Rory kind of just looks down, like, I thought 120 pounds is not that. It's kind of heavy. Uh, so we're just hanging at the bar, right, for now? So tell me, Mr. Homer Bum, um, how come you like the alcohol so much? I don't think we ever really talked about it.
Whoa, damn. Damn, getting deep at the end of this session. Um, Homer will give Rory kind of like a curious look, and then he'll, like, scratch his head and be like, well, it, why not, I guess. He'll just kind of like shrug at Rory, giving an evasive answer.
Rory kind of taken aback goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to pry. It's just more so that, like, well, at dinner last night, you and Gurn drank a lot, and I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just, um, he kind of just shrugged. Like, I was just curious why you guys both drank a lot." If it's something that you don't want me to know, that's totally okay.
He'll kind of give a little like a noise and just like kind of wave his hands at Rory. Oh no, kid, you can pry away. I am an open fucking book, clearly. Um, Drinking, well, you know, uh, I've been doing it a long time. He seems like trying to like consider like all the reasons why he does drink, and then he'll kind of like list like a few reasons, like generally like oh, he's been doing it a long time, and like it helps this, it does this, and then he'll like get a few reasons in and kind of like trail off, and then like kind of look a little, you know, tired, I guess. Not in like a sleepy way. Or, well, I guess maybe it would look like a sleepy way, but he just looks like he's tired from what he's saying, and he just kind of trails off. And then he kind of just walks forward to get some drinks to the bar, not finishing the conversation with Rory.
Rory kind of taking all that in. He kind of just mumbles. So when you said that you and Echo you understood how Echo felt. Rory kind of just not looks too sad, but more like he understands now a bit better.
Rory
Both of
learns
you.
about addiction.
So, hey, you think Gurn's the same way too?
Rory followed him up to the bar to order, right?
Yeah.
'Cause- okay. Homer will kind of like. What did Rory ask again?
Do you think Gurn's the same way too?
Homer will give like a like a nod, you know. He'll give like not an emphatic nod, but like a slow nod. He doesn't really say anything verbally though. But then he will pipe up and kind of like attempt to like his tone kind of like shifts from and redirect the conversation to being like, damn, yeah, dude, fucking Gurn, that 3-foot motherfucker. Homer's giving him an extra foot. That 3-foot motherfucker should sure drink like a fucking fish. God damn. He was out, man. Like, what is he, like 5 pounds? And he kept up with me? Sheesh.
Rory
he'll-
kind of. Oh, go ahead.
he's kind of leaning by the bar if there's any space, waiting to get a bartender's attention.
Rory's just kind of looking around. Did Gurn not follow us here?
I don't think this is a. Homer will like look around for Gurn, and if he doesn't see him, is Gurn around?
No.
Fair enough.
Okay, yeah, and in which case, if he doesn't like visually see him, Gurn, fucking Homer will give a large shout, or a loud shout of, "Oh my god, there's a beautiful gun! Oh my god, look at that gun! It's all..." And then he'll start kind of like screaming about like how beautiful the gun is and the bullets and like the finish of the wood and stuff. Like,
Rory's
just
kinda
screaming
giving-
about guns.
Rory's kind of staring at him like, "What are you doing?" You're mouthing the words. What are you doing?
You'll see a bunch of people just kind of turn and give you like a weird look.
Oh, I'm guessing that Gurn is nowhere nearby, huh?
Colonel,
Not at all.
What are you up to?
What'd
Gurn?
you say?
Gurn has gone to find if there's some kind of poker, Texas Hold'em, any kind of card game,
Oh, sure, yeah.
where there would be multiple people at a table.
Mhm.
And because he was told it's on the casino's coin,
Oh.
he will intentionally make horrid bets and try and have other people win big.
Aw.
Wow.
Aww,
Oh my god.
Wow.
Unsung hero.
that's so sweet. What the fuck?
So Gurn's just like, I'm gonna put like $100 in this pool. Oh, I lost.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, next one.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, you'd probably get some confused looks from the dealers, but yeah, I mean, they got the go ahead to give it to you, so they're not gonna question it.
He said it was on the casino's dime, so like,
Nope. No,
who
that's
are we to
cute.
judge? Does that mean he didn't hear what was going on at the bar with the
Uh,
gun?
Give me a perception check, Grim, if you can.
Maybe his kobold ears picked it up.
What do you hear with your special ears?
Probably not over just kind of the general noise of the
Sad.
casino floor.
Damn.
That would have been funny if that while the middle of Rory like asking Homer, I'm like, what the heck are you doing? He just pops out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was hoping
fair
for
enough.
I guess upon realizing that Gurn is nowhere to be found, Homer shuts the fuck up. And upon seeing the crowd that has, or the group of people staring, all various levels of being like, what the fuck is this dude doing, is gonna like look at the crowd, and he's gonna like blow a little raspberry, and he's gonna go back to lean on the counter, and like he'll put his finger, like, he'll trying to wave down the bartender now because he is annoyed that his screaming didn't work.
Rory kind of sits next to him at the bar and goes, "So, Mr. Expert, what should I drink while we're here?"
Okay. Kind of. I don't know if this would be a history check or what, but as like with all the breakfasts that the party has together, um, I have a feeling that maybe like the party would, at least the observant ones would have start to like kind of maybe touch on to what each other likes to eat, like,
Echo, definitely.
Echo
that's
has
fair.
definitely done it.
yeah. But I think I'd like to make.
Give me either a history or an insight, I would say. Either way would be fine.
Yeah, I'll do an insight based, and like the insight is like on like given what Homer has seen like Rory eat, like what kind of flavors and stuff does he like?
Yeah.
Like the yeah.
Oh yeah.
The fuck? Oh god.
Homer's gonna make Rory a fucking alcoholic.
Dude, the man knows his booze.
Yeah.
The game determined, yeah, no, he's the best person to ask.
Yep.
You're
Oh wait,
fucking
that's
luck.
nat 20.
Yeah,
Is
That is
you're-
another nat 20.
There's another
Yep,
nat
that's
20
two
for
for
you.
Feli tonight. One nat 1, but 2 nat 20s.
Mm-hmm.
The duality of man.
Yes. So Rory,
I
what
guess, yeah, the question is, what would Rory's ideal drink be?
perfect drink, honestly.
Shirley Temples.
That's kind of, yeah, that kind of fits, though. Or one of those, like, smoothie ones that they put a little umbrella
Rory,
on.
Rory really likes pancakes, right?
Mm-hmm. That is
A maple
established.
whiskey.
Maybe not
A
straight.
sweet. No, but a sweet maple whiskey as
Yeah,
a mix.
I could see that.
I'm waiting to see what you decide.
Well, because I mean, I incited, like, I thought with, like, insight, you tell me.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess, yeah,
Yes.
so what do you think Rory's ideal
So-
drink would be? And Homer will somehow nail it.
okay. So So I like the idea of the maple whiskey, but we're gonna go with actually. I wanted something that's more bittersweet to kind of shock with like it's like bitter, but then it's like sweet or sweet then bitter. Kind of show
Like
off
a
that there's a little more.
gin-based
Mm-hmm.
cocktail.
A gin-based
Okay.
cocktail.
Okay. Hmm.
Kind of to hint to Homer that there's a little more going on under there.
Yeah, I mean, like probably like maybe like Homer has seen like fucking Rory eat like a grapefruit or like something or enjoy something bitter or something. Um. Okay.
Or it could be a more of a mistake. It could even be like Rory's like you're suggesting something that seems sweet to you, but it's not totally sweet to most people. That could also work.
Okay. Homer will recommend a like a herbal, like a sweet herbal, um, woody, mapley, some sort of fucking I don't know fucking gin
Yeah,
cocktail.
sure.
He's gonna fucking recommend him some sweet, but not like deathly sweet, herby gin cocktail with a little frill. And instead of like telling Rory that's what he's getting him, Homer's gonna be like, ah, my man, and he's just gonna when the bartender gets to him, he's just gonna order the crazy gin cocktail and probably like 6 whiskeys shots for himself.
Oh, give him. You could go for a maple meal, a gin maple meal. It's mint. It's mint with maple syrup, lime juice, gin, and a ginger beer.
Yeah. Ooh.
That also works.
Ooh, elderflower rose gin. Ooh. It's like a little bubbly and oh my god. Yeah, a drink like that. Totally, dude.
I went to look up drinks, just like give you an idea. 'Cause I'm like,
Oh, were you all also looking at drinks?
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I have an idea what in mind, but I don't know drinks. I don't know the fuck about drinks.
So I saw a blood orange gin.
Ooh. Nice. So yeah, the person, the bartender who comes up to you is fairly interesting looking, kind of otherworldly, alien looking. They're sort of humanoid in shape, but their face is more kind of alien looking. Their skin is sort of like almost plate-like and a bit iridescent. So under the shifting neon, they also kind of reflect light and kind of shimmer. Almost sort of reptilian looking. But they'll take your order. And then, yeah, yep. A moment or so later, we'll return with your drinks for you. And as you start sipping those, I don't know, Rory, if you have much of a reaction.
Rory kind of takes a first sip, eyes go wide, smiles, then he chugs it.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh god, what has Homer done?
Uh-oh.
Rory goes, "What was that?"
Homer
He
would
took the
just
whole glass, by the way. It was not a shot.
Just down the one. Yep. As Homer starts to kind of explain what was in the cocktail, you will all be interrupted. Gurn, you would get a little context on this. As you're sitting at one of the tables, placing your bets, making your intentionally poor decisions, someone at a table nearby, you'll hear start sort of yelling. It turns from just kind of annoyed, like half shouting, to full on screaming. And then you'll hear a clatter as their chair falls to the ground as they stand up kind of violently. Looking over at them, you could probably tell, I don't even think you would need to roll, you could tell that they're very drunk. And as they sort of are screaming, you pick up that they lost the bet and they're pissed off about it, accusing one of the other players of cheating or something. A couple of the other people around the table are trying to calm him down, but it's not working. And then he pulls a gun out and points it at the winner. And as he does, Rory and Homer, you wouldn't have seen that, but you will all see the lights in the casino suddenly shift to red. All of you give me a perception check.
Whoa.
Oh god. I'm really hoping. I think actually how this goes. We'll see.
Damn, I really wish I had the type of trick shot for that.
I'm just gonna blame this bad perception on Rory just having taken a drink. So
Yeah.
he chugged a big alcoholic drink.
Okay. Homer, you would definitely notice. Rory, not so much. You're kind of just looking around, not sure what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Gurn, you probably wouldn't notice at first, but you would probably notice as what Homer sees. The disco ball above you suddenly loses its reflective quality, so it kind of turns translucent. And you'll see some of the panels that were sort of making up the panels of the disco ball flip open, and you'll see eyeballs on stalks twisting out from the disco ball panels. And one of them locks onto the man. You hear him trying to fire his gun, and you just hear the click as it, the repeated clicks as it won't fire. And then a flash of light comes from one of the eyeballs, and the man turns to stone. And then the eyes sort of withdraw back into the ball, the flaps close, and the lights come back on, and everything is back to normal. And Gurn, you'll see a staff member come over, kind of with a sort of, what are they called? The little, like, cart things that you can, like, move stuff around
A
on.
dolly?
Yeah, like a little dolly, and wheel this guy off. And we will leave it there for tonight.
Holy fuck.
Just assuming all this is
I-
happening, Rory's wondering what's going on. His hands start when that happens. His hands are shaking. No.
I
Jeez.
really wish I had the right trick shot for it, because there is a disarming trick shot that makes somebody drop something.
Nice.
Shit.
Rory, yeah, I don't know how much you would have even seen of all of that, because this was happening kind of over by Gurn.
Yeah.
So you would have
You
seen the
just-
lights go red, you would have heard the sort of place kind of fall into a weird, awkward silence. Homer, you would have seen the eyeballs, at least. And Gurn, you probably would have been the only one to really get the full context, although I don't know if you would have been able to see the disco ball itself from where you were. But you would have definitely seen the guy get turned to stone.
I like that Rory didn't know. We're gonna blame all on Rory drinking. Perfect
Yep.
time.
Just chugs his whole drink in one go and then is standing
And
there
then
half, like,
Everything
tipping
just
around.
yeah. Good. I have something to go off of then. Now his hands could be shaking for many things.
How am I going to be
Goddamn.
taking those shots in rapid succession and then screaming, "What the fuck?"
Well, when the game starts next time, it's gonna be fun. I get to play Rory slightly tipsy.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
God, I don't even know what being tipsy is. I don't even know what I am like drunk. I have to actually research. Goddamn.
Kern making the casino lose thousands of dollars.
Yep.
That's pretty based.
Oh, that's actually interesting because Echoes didn't know this happened. I'm assuming.
Nope.
No, she's too.
Did he get carted off with the gun?
It would have probably like turned to stone with him, I imagine.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Gurn got hopeful for a second.
I want that.
I need that.
It was just a shitty pistol, like
He could make it not so shitty. I'm
That's
assuming.
probably.
Do you have a pistol in Gurn's collection? You know you have a revolver, a rifle, and a shotgun.
That's
I
it.
believe that's all he has right now.
He could have had a fourth. He could have had a pistol.
I mean, the revolver's close enough.
I feel like a
Yeah.
revolver's not exactly the same as a pistol, though.
It's a handgun.
I also don't know why, but I associate pistols with being a little more dainty than revolvers.
Yeah.
Even though they're
What
not.
about the barrel thing?
But those are also different from flintlocks, right? I feel like flintlocks also are in between those.
Can revolvers be flintlock? Because isn't that just kind of the firing mechanism? I don't
I
know
thought it was
much about
Uh,
guns, to be completely honest.
I don't know guns either, so I just go off of the very minimal that I know.
So, muskets were your front loaders, right?
Yeah.
Flintlocks were, essentially the hammer being a piece of flint
Mhm.
that would come down and trigger the cartridge. So
Ah.
flintlocks can have a cartridge or a like packet of gunpowder, but they could not. I don't think they could technically be a revolver.
Yeah, I feel like they only have like the one big
Oh.
shot, and then you have to.
Yeah,
reload.
flintlocks are usually still a single shot.
Gotcha.
They're a lot faster to reload than a musket.
Fetch me musket.
Yeah, because musket you have to put the thing in and you have to push it down, and you have to.
Right. Flintlock, you didn't have to do all that. You just put the packet of gunpowder in and then loaded the bullet. So you didn't have to like pack it down or anything.
And it goes bam after you pull it back.
Still annoying to reload, but it goes from like a minute to reload down to like 10 seconds.
Reminds me how like in the Sengoku period, they had rows of riflemen. So when the row in the front fired, the one, and while they're reloading, the row in the behind them would fire, and then chain reaction there. There's always something firing. They did that in the Battle of, I don't remember, but it was the Takeda army versus the Oda army.
I feel like there were a couple different army types that did that.
Yeah. I have to pee. I'll be back.
Bye, stream. I love you.
Bye, stream.
Ah,
very much.
Boston.
I'm dying.
Hee hee.